All right, we got this Cadillac DTS. This is 2006. This radio is not the Bose radio, but it's probably gonna be same for the one with the Bose radio too. My customer bought everything to replace the radio except for the wire harness. So what I did was bypass the factory amp. So y'all can see my speaker wires coming in right here. Those are my speaker wires. Let me show y'all what I did with the power. So I got the power wire, the constant, going to this green and brown wire on this connector here. Get you one of these, nice little test light. Help you out a lot. All right, so constant's going to that one. It's brown and green on this connector, focus. Right? And then there's also a ground on the same connector. So that should help y'all find it even easier. Green with brown stripe, black connector right there. That's my hot and my ground. Now I had my accessory switch wire, the red wire, connected here. This is the hazard switch. But for whatever reason, it would cut the power onto the radio, but it would not give me, it's like it wasn't supplying enough power or something. So this one didn't work. So what I did was I got the accessory wire here, right? Going to this, I just took the remote wires as the closest wire I had. Just running with the speaker wires. All right, so the accessory wire, grab my flashlight. Show y'all what's going on back here in a second. Okay, accessory wire, fuse box. Look at this right here, right? It's going to that fuse right there. And if you're a DIY guy, I shouldn't have to explain it to you, but I'll just wrap the wire around the fuse and push the fuse back in. This fuse does not come on until the car turns on. That's what you want. All right. Now, speaker wires. Ran them. This is all on the driver's side. Ran them through here. All you gotta do is pry the seat up a little bit. Shove the wires back there. And the wires come back here. Okay. Here is your Monsoon factory amp. Okay, I'm gonna focus on that so y'all can see the part numbers. Okay. See if it's the same as yours or not. Because what happened to me is I looked everywhere for the wire diagram, okay? I looked Google, YouTube, forums, you name it. ChatGPT, could not find the correct wire colors for the speakers. All right, so I basically just had to play with it until I found it. Took me a lot longer than I want to tell you guys it took me, okay? So I'm not gonna tell you which speaker is which, just know that these are your speaker wires, okay? All right, so most speaker wires in most cars, they are tied together, okay? You see how that was tied together? All right, here's another set of speaker wires right here. You see they're tied together. They came from this connector here. All right, this connector goes in the middle of your amplifier, okay? There's gonna be 3 of them back here. All right, this brown one, this just sends the signal to the wires up front. That's why the wires up front don't work, because these are your actual speaker wires, okay? This one goes in the bottom, that brown one. The black one is your speaker wires, and you got this plug, which is the power, which you can also get your power and ground from. But why would we do that when we could get it from the front, right? Yeah, the bottom 2 on here, which will be white and pink, I believe. Those 2 run this subwoofer right here in the back, which we're not going to use anymore because we're putting subwoofers in. So you don't need to do anything with this one. This connector right here is the only one you need. And I clipped it like this just in case he ever wants to wire it the right way, and I can just put the connector back in. All right, okay. So One speaker is brown and gray, or tan and gray, if you want to call that, right? Another speaker, pink with the black stripe and green. Okay, that's two. All right, another speaker is gonna be white with tan and an orange line. And your final speaker is gonna be tan and black with an orange line, or with a solid orange. So that gives you all 4 door speakers: front left, front right, rear left, rear right. Right? Anybody who doesn't have the wire harness to plug into the front, this is how you bypass the factory amp. You don't need any connectors plugged to the amp anymore because we're not using it at all, point blank period. All right, so I showed you how to get your power, your ground, your accessory for your deck. I am also gonna install the subs and the amp. Right, there's the wires for that, and all that's gonna be pretty easy. What we're gonna do with that is, if y'all got this far, y'all shouldn't need me to tell you anything else. But I'm gonna run the remote wire to the fuse box as well, or I can run it up there to the front now that I've got that. But you can also just run it to the fuse box, less wire. Run the RCA's. Probably just run everything on the driver's side now, and the battery's right there, so even easier to install your amp. All right, hope that helped, guys, because it took me hours. Okay, wife's in the house with kids, probably mad at me. Gotta go.